Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is the darkened reality of what women are currently doing, or specifically liberal women are doing, with overdosing on Tylenol. And, well, this is what's happening. Well, taking Tylenol to prove Trump wrong about, not wanting to to not have autism uh, for their baby and stuff like that, right? That's kind of like what the go to is. Well, apparently, allegedly here, guys, there was a liberal woman that had overdosed on Tylenol, and now she has assumably passed away. And I wanted to talk about this because the insanity is mind-boggling here. So, what we have here from the Gateway Pundit is saying pregnant liberal woman suffers fatal Tylenol overdose after trying to prove Trump wrong. Now allegedly on ventilator, fighting for her life. Nicole Saratuk, founder of American Frontline Nurses, claimed that she received a frantic 4 a.m. call from a distraught husband whose pregnant wife is now on a ventilator after overdosing on Tylenol. According to Saratuk, the woman, who was between 23 and 25 weeks pregnant, attempted to ingest massive amounts of Tylenol in an effort to prove Donald Trump wrong after his recent remarks linking anti-minophen used during pregnancy to autism. As the Gateway Pundit reported, President Trump on Monday announced that the use of acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, can increase the risk of autism when used by pregnant women. I cannot pronounce some of these words. Again, again, I can't pronounce some of these words. I have a little bit of a lisp. Honestly, I won't lie about that. But at the same time, these medical words are just insane. All right, I don't think even a normal person without my lisp could pronounce these things. So again, as the Gateway Pundit reported, President Trump on Monday announced that the use of acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, can increase the risk of autism when produced by pregnant women. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said Tylenol is tied to autism, ADHD, and liver toxicity in children. The liver toxicity in children would make a lot of sense because that is a huge thing that it does target the liver. I know somebody in my family that can't actually take Tylenol because it's bad for their liver, and it would actually put them in the grave much quicker than not taking it. So than taking it. So obviously. No Tylenol for them. Today, the FDA will issue a notice about the risk of acetaminophen during pregnancy and begin to process to initiate a safety label change. Secretary Kennedy said there is a potential association between acetaminophen using during pregnancy and adverse neurodevelopmental outcomes, including later diagnosis for ADHD and autism. And again, this is what I was talking about with these people being incredibly stupid. When people are coming out and be like, "Oh, what are things autism you can't allow women to take this?" No, that's not what they're saying. They're saying that like, okay, this may lead to autism and other health issues. You need to put this on your label that these are the risks that this could give you if you take this. It's not telling women to not take it. It's saying here are the warning labels. Do not take this if you take this at your own risk. Essentially, that's what it's saying. They're not preventing people from taking it. Obviously, that's just completely stupid. And she put in this post already about in the video of what's going on here. So without further ado, we're gonna watch this because she has a lot to say about it.
So it's about, it's going to be 6 a.m. finally. And for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend that you do. I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol. And she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. And the guy got my phone number from somebody. Somebody gave it to him. I mean, guys, it's early in the morning. I'm still in Hello Kitty sweatpants in my gym – trying to work out. And she's gonna die. It's gonna be. Let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death. Is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful death, okay? Because Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the three most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with, so it don't get censored. But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. I mean, weren't these the same people who put Harvard and Fauci and the pillars of science on a pedestal? And now they refuse to believe it. Like, I don't believe it either. But I'm also not going to go overdose on Tylenol either. And it's just so sad because he has to make the choice of them going and trying to emergency deliver this baby, and the baby may not survive. The baby's going to spend a long time in the NICU. Hopefully the baby will survive. And remember, guys, preemies have complications even if they do survive. I didn't ask him if he had more children. So, I mean, let's say this woman they had more children. They lost their mother. Baby's not going to grow up with the mom. He lost his whole life if this baby dies too. All because of TikTok challenges, guys. Everybody wants, well, not everybody, but maybe these crazy liberal women. They, literally hate Trump so bad that she killed herself and her baby, potentially. I'm just I don't even have words for this because it's such a waste of life. It's such a waste of life. This was a preventable situation. This situation didn't even have to exist. It wasn't like she woke up and was in a car accident, a freak car accident, or something fell off a building and killed her. She willfully did this herself. So I don't know. What are you guys saying? I've got to stay off TikTok because that's all the nonsense that I keep seeing right now. And I'm going to try and hopefully finish my workout in my Hello Kitty sweatpants now that I'm done helping. Well, I mean, probably not done helping this guy. He keeps calling. But I don't know. Pray for these people, folks. Pray for them.
No, this is what we call a severe selfish disorder, narcissistic disorder, etc. Because these things are what we call insanity. I mean, if you take the lethal dose, it says here that the lethal dose of acetaminophen and the ingredients in Tylenol isn't a fixed number, as it depends on the factors like weight, body weight, liver health, alcohol use, malnutrition, genetics, etc., which is all very true. But again, at the same time, when you have this here and you say that this is a toxic and lethal doses, it's between the minimum toxic dose for adults and a single injection is generally 7.5 to 10 grams, which can cause severe liver damage and eventually lead to death if untreated. Doses exceeding 12 grams or 150 milligrams body weight are considered highly toxic and carry a high risk of liver failure. So potentially lethal doses start around 10 to 15 G for an average adult, with even higher risk of above 30 grams, often resulting in multi-organ failure. Fatality isn't guaranteed. Mortality from treated overdoses is under 2%, but it rises to 28% if liver failure develops untreated. Yeah. So it tells you the amount of pills that are happening, which is 46, 30, 10 dose equals 20 pills, 15 Gs is 30 pills, a 10 G dose equals to 15 pills, and 10 G is about 23 pills. If we look at this here, and we look at this capsule and what they are actually taking here, it looks like it's 500 milligrams each. What doesn't look too great here. So if you add that up and you kind of look at this and how many doses this is, it's not great, right? So that being said, you take 8 of these bad boys and you might be toast, right? Depending on the situation, consistently. Because again, this is also going off of the fact that they're spread out daily. Well, this woman had to take at least a whole bunch of these in a single sitting to even get like this, right? And the point of the fact of the matter is that we have to realize that this is insanity here. This is TikTok needs to be taken off. Plain and simple. I think that TikTok is a net negative for everybody involved. I don't think it's um I don't think it's a positive. These lunatics are doing all this stuff. It's quite insane, really. And what does this get her exactly? Like you liberal women that are pregnant right now. What is your goal here exactly? Because you take these Tylenol pills and say that say that it doesn't get you, it doesn't give your kid autism. Why risk it? Exactly. Why risk it? Are you that dumb that you're going to risk your child getting autism just to prove somebody wrong? That doesn't mean so. If Trump comes out here and says, "Oh, by the way, a paper plastic bag will not end you," are you going to put a paper plastic bag over your head and try it? Like, are you people this dumb? I don't understand what's wrong with you pregnant women or you liberal women in general. Like, you're absolutely psychotic. Uh, I'm angry about this because this shows the complete lack of any type of empathy or caring or critical thought process from liberal women at all, to where you'll risk the death of your child, or even in this scenario, you may actually end your child's life because to prove some president or political figure wrong. And it's just like, what are you doing here? Like, what is this insanity? Exactly. This woman here allegedly has just ended her life and potentially her baby's life and her potential children. She has others, or especially her husband, that is completely out of his mind grieving that to prove somebody wrong. And you did this. You destroyed a family over your insanity here. You liberal women need to wake up. You need to stop being insane. Stop being stupid. Stop doing things that are harming people within your family. You are not, this is not of a net benefit. I'm angry because this kid has his life taken away from him, allegedly, that because of your actions. You liberal women do more killings of children than you actually save. This is just full on reality. You abort children in mass because you want to have my body, my liberation, and then to prove a sitting president wrong, you'll be like, I'm going to prove him wrong by taking these pills, and you end up losing your life, and then the baby as well, and everybody else grieves because of your stupidity. Get off these platforms, stop being a psychopath, and fix your life. What are you doing? It is absolutely asinine that we're actually in this situation. Regardless whether the story is correct or not, I've already seen the videos of you guys taking Tylenol pills and trying to prove Trump wrong. So at the end of the day, it's your insanity here. It's your problem, and I don't know how else we can even address this. This is complete stupidity at the highest level. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, share. As always, take care, my friends.